Adesso arriviamo.
We now get to our Italian market, and in particular to the cultivated surfaces here in Italy and the estimates of 2018-2019. I will now give the floor to Pasquale DeVita, who is the first researcher in CREA for the production of durum wheat and what we can expect in our country in the short term. I'll give you the floor. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I would like to thank, of course, first of all, the President of the Chamber of Commerce for reminding that this was a really important event, and also thanks to the Association of the Cooperatives for organizing this event and for updating this version. And thanks for the contribution coming from all over the world. Thank you very much. This is a really good chance for us to get to know each other and to improve our work, our daily work, because knowledge helps us very much. Today we will try to provide you with some estimates. Let's start from what is going to be the subject of my presentation. So this is the summary. We will take a look to the surfaces of the durum wheat of this year. We will talk about the weather trend of this year in order to make some forecasts for the production of the next year. Then we will talk about two new aspects of the market, which from niche market became something very important for the agribusiness. That is the surfaces for the production of organic durum wheat, and also the agreements of the production chain, which are becoming every day more important. We will see how what's the evolution of the varieties, and also the use of the certified seed. We will start with the surfaces. So the data are provided by the Italian Official Institute of Statistics, and they are based on the intention of planting of the farmers at the beginning of this year. And there is a reduction by 1.8% on national scale. So the production is going to be like the last year's, that is 1.3 million hectares. This is the general situation. So there is a bit of reduction of the surfaces which will be planted. These are the intentions set by the farmers, which were interviewed by phone. And these are the three main areas in Italy, that is north, south, and center. And so you can see that their behavior is different. In the north of Italy, you can see that there has been a meaningful increase in the planted surface. That is 0.75%. In the north, you can see that there has been a better interaction with the market, because in those areas there are alternatives at cultural level, which is a difference from the south of Italy. You can see that in the south of Italy, the planted surface is stable, and there also has been a decrease in the center of Italy, that is minus 0.3%. And there has been a reduction in the south of Italy, that is minus 3.8% in the planted surface. So ISTAT makes this forecast at the beginning of the year, and at the end of the year we will have official data to see if we will be able to confirm this information. So let's talk about weather now. We need to talk about the weather trend in the past. This season has started not very well because the planting have taken place at the end of 2017, and 2017 has been one of the most dry years of the history. So the fields didn't have much humidity, there were not enough rainfalls, and the average temperatures were pretty high. So the situation at the beginning is not really good. Fortunately, in November, we had some rain, and they made it possible for enterprises to start planting. Some farmers started planting during December. And then there has been another period of drought, which started in December and went on in January. So this drought caused problems all over Italy, not only in Puglia. The month of February was very peculiar because has been one of the coldest months of Italian history. The minimum temperatures were really low. But fortunately, it was also a very rainy month because there were more than 59% rainfalls, and this made it possible for many areas, including our region, to come out of that dry condition which was creating problem in the month of January. So we managed to get out of a drought in a positive way, and we also went. And April was really good for planting, for growing. If only the weather would be the same as in April, we would have really good conditions. But unfortunately, there has been another bad month, that is the April. And in April, there have been very high temperatures. There were not rainfalls, and people started getting worried because the fields were not humid enough. So April was really warm, but this is not a problem if we do not consider the fact. So this is not a problem unless the temperature is really high. This is what we did in Foggia. You can see the temperature from the 1st of April to the 1st of May. Take a look at this period from the 21st to the 30th of April. The maximum temperature exceeded 27 degrees, and it actually got to 30 degrees. So this is really a really bad thing for planting and for growing, and everybody was really worried. In some areas, there were actually damages, above all in Sicily and in some coastal regions. But fortunately, also in this case, we can see that in May, thanks to rainfalls, we managed to get the humidity we didn't get in April. So thanks to these rainfalls, we managed to recover almost completely. So we managed to make an estimate of what can be the average production. So as for average production, we based our estimates on the average with reference to Italy. So this graph is referring to Italy. So our estimate is 3.3 tons per hectare. It's not a record for us, for our production. In the north, the fields are going pretty well, so we expect a really high level of production. And also in the main cereal production area will be the production will be good. But as I was telling you, in some areas, that is like the coastal region of Adriatic Sea and in Sicily, the rainfalls in May took place too late, so the production had some problems. So this weather condition also have some consequences on the phytosanitary status of the cultivation. So now with these rainfalls during May, we are concerned about the smuts and the pathologies that the grains can contract. We are both concerned for the north of Italy and the south of Italy as well. So based on this information, we made an hypothesis of average of production that is 4.24 million tons, which mirrors the reduction in the surface that Istat has quantified. And this this weather trend that has undermined the production in general. So in this sector, in the last 2 years, there have been two new things, two new offers. One is the organic durum wheat. As you can see in this slide, there is the trend. The trend from 2013 to 2015, the production has been between 78,000 of hectares to 95,000 of hectares used for organic durum wheat production. So in this chart, you can see you can see also the data for the 2016, where there has been an increase in 45%. So ISMEA is an authority which enlists all the certified fields for the production of organic durum wheat. For the new year, it is probably there will be a growth, but our growth in the usage of surfaces for the production of organic durum wheat will be really good, but it will not be comparable to the one we experienced in 2016. So, of course, this kind of production, the organic one, is really, really important in Italy. And now, more or less, the 10% of the total surface of fields in Italy are used for the production of organic durum wheat. Another important aspect is that this sector is conditioned by these, that are the prices. So you can see, so the part in green represent the soft wheat prices, while the part in blue represent the durum wheat prices. This is a chart showing the differences in prices between the traditional and the organic ones. So you can see that apart from 2016 and 2017, the prices of the organic soft wheat and the traditional soft wheat are almost the same. So that's why people are investing every day more on organic wheat. Another thing which is changing the word of this word of durum of wheat is the creation of production chain agreements. From 2010 to 2016, there have been an increase in the surface used for these kinds of cultivation, because many farmers, so now 45,000 hectares are now being used for these kinds of agreements. And in 2017, all the budget provided by the ministry was used for these kinds of production. These productions are destined to the people who make these kinds of contracts. Also, in this case, as for the organic production, this kind of production is becoming every day more important because now more or less 10% of the total surface of fields are used for these kinds of new production. So this new organization of the supply of durum wheat which is a connection between the agronomic management, but also the production chain agreements, stress the importance of the cultivation techniques and also the varieties. So many innovations have been introduced. And now we will focus on these aspects because varieties and cultivation techniques are really important and they have an effect on the production. More than 50% of the production is managed and depends on how and where we plant and we grow wheat. As for the proteins, more than 60% depends on how we grow our varieties. As for the quantity of gluten in the grains, more than 80% depends on the variety we use, and also the content of the color of the variety. The color also depends on the variety we choose, like more than 80%. So many features of the grain we produce depend on these two aspects. There are the techniques we use and the varieties we choose. So now we are offering every day more different kinds of varieties. In 2019, 192 different varieties of grain have been certified. Among these, 70 were certified for small areas. The most cultivated ones are the 10% of the production. This can be an opportunity for the farmers and also a need to diversify our market, because the consumers are now looking for brand new products. So, paradoxically, now we still don't use certified seeds, and this is shown by this chart here. Last year, where 64,000 hectares were used for the growing of certified seeds, and now we shifted to 59,000 of them. Next year, we will grow between 50–60% of Italian surface, which means that other surfaces will be planted with different kinds of seeds. And we believe that with the certified seeds, the consumer can be more traceable. Let me finish. So the surface is planted with durum wheat have now decreased. There has been a slight increase in the north, while there has been a decrease in the south and in the center. As for the climate, there has been an anomalous weather, and this had really bad consequences for the pathologies for grains. With the rainfalls in May, plants are getting more humid, And if they will find the right elements in the field, in the soil, they will be able to produce really good quality grain. So the production will be slightly less with respect to last year. So we are now producing many more varieties. Now, what is concerning is that the use of certified seeds is decreasing every day more. And I think that Italy should see seeds as a strategic element, because in the future they will become even more important, and durum wheat is the best one among them. Because as for the other products, we depend on the importation from other countries, so we have to work on this.
Ecco, grazie.